So I began to process and say, oh, okay, so this is why you're feeling this way. This is where the stress is coming from. So eventually, I just started to talk myself, and get my way out of find my yeah. Okay, let's go out. Let's go and see this person. You've paid your debts now. I've done this one too now. So why is still feeling this way? I like get up here
They
again.
try, they try.
Yeah. So it's almost as if performing therapy for yourself. You know, as yes, like when you and your guy are just gonna drink two bottles and pouring. By the time you get back home at night, you're feeling lighter because you guys have
Yeah,
spoken
you've
about so
spoken
many
about
things.
so many
Yeah,
things, you've
true.
covered a lot of
Yeah,
things.
so you've expressed yourself, you've gotten some advice and ginger. You basically gotten the motivation to move
To
on,
move
even though
on.
they didn't solve your problem. But
Yeah,
it's
but you know,
honestly, yeah, all of us gathered here. So yeah, it's nothing.
okay, so did you like talk to someone at that point? Like you didn't try to get help or
Nigerian man. Yeah,
you see
yeah.
that's the
Now they
problem.
keep us now.
Like the problem is that you don't
Nigerian
they talk. Why?
man.
Okay, why? Let me ask you
Mm.
why. Like why did you feel like okay, it wasn't you didn't have to talk to someone?
Peace, progress, and prosperity. Always remember, you are not alone.
All right, gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of this podcast, Brothers Keeper, the mental health podcast for men. My name is Onola Fatoba. I am my brother's keeper 24/7 every day till the very day I breathe my last. And I'm right here in the city of Ibadan, at the top of Mokola Hill, at New Culture Studio. Shout out to New Culture Studio once again for the space and the time. If you're a content creator or you have an event and you need space, New Culture Studio is the place for you to be. It's scenic, it's beautiful, it's spacious, it's secure, it's everything that you need for your event or your content. And today with me, I have a very special friend of mine. We've been working together since
Like 20, 18, 19.
okay. He's a
Yeah, okay.
cinematographer. He's a filmmaker. He also edits, but he does not like to edit.
Nah,
It's
nah, like
stressful. um, his name is Swara Olayinka, one of Africa's fastest rising director of photography.
nah.
I'll put some of the clips of his works in the podcast. You see. I don't just hype people. I don't. I don't
Voila.
just. He knows he's good, but he likes to be humble. All right, Swara, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you
Voila.
so much. Thank you so much.
My brother, my keeper.
Okay, so today, the reason why Swara is here is so that we can talk about stress, career stress. Suara is always, in fact, before we started recording, he was on a phone call for like 15 minutes trying to negotiate one shoot for.
Yay.
It's
Asha Majo.
actually my dear, my brother. So he's always going up and down, doing this, shooting this, doing that, producing this music video. Oh, in case you don't know, he produced one of Olamide's music videos recently. Which one was that?
Ginger, like
Ginger.
associate producer. Yeah, shout
So
out to the Jide Ajala.
yeah,
Very great
so
guy.
he's always here and there, and I just felt okay. Let's hear what Suara has to say about how he manages stress physically and
Mm.
career wise. So let me start. My first question is, what has been the most stressful period
Mm.
of your career life? When have you been most stressed?
When have I been more stressed? I think was it not last year? Yeah, last year, January, February.
Mm.
So I was going. So I was putting together an event for the experience.
Yeah, yeah, I know the first
Yeah, I
experience.
was putting together for the experience, and I don't know how the spirit entered me. Right, so the idea came up, the idea finalized, and they say less than a week before flyer was out, less than a week after flyer was out, and it was slated for 1 month to that time, like yeah, 1 month and like a week or so, and that was like my first event I'd never done any event in my
Live
entire life.
events.
Yes, not talk less of now say that kind of event because it was an intimate, massive event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was very intimate and massive event, so it was needed some massive,
Fine logistics.
yeah, yeah, crazy. Around that same period, I was also sourcing to fund because I mean the project ran into millions. So I was always the person looking for the money. So I was sourcing to I was and at that same period I was sourcing to so many jobs in Lagos. And around that time too, I was doing my exams in school. And around that time again, they broke up with me again. They started moving
Breakfast,
fast.
they give you.
You
Oh, my
know,
brother, don't
no,
pay.
that period like this.
Nah, number two,
Brrr.
number two. Okay,
Nah,
okay.
no, that period. I think after the event, which was also like after, so everything now ended at the same time. The event, the my exams,
Breakfast.
so everything. So after that, I was like stressed and depressed and just indoors for like 2 3. I mean, and so also the project also now ran me into like some debt.
It's
So
normal.
yeah, so
It's normal. You put your
I was
life on
just
the
put my life
line.
to make it happen. I was literally just indoors. Nobody should talk to me. That was it. Nobody should talk to me.
Okay.
Nobody. I didn't come online. Even Instagram that you can almost be online and people on almost. I would not come. Last it was YouTube film work, YouTube film edit, YouTube. I was just indoors. I don't know. So that time I was pretty stressed. I'll say yes. I was burnt out. My mind was strained. Yes, that's like what I was stressed.
How were you able to manage it? What? How did you? You are outside now. You're on your feet again. You've paid your debts. You are here and there. You are trying to take a job now, and somebody's telling you want to give you so amount, and you're saying, you okay. Like, how did you get out of it? How did you, come back to being Suara? How did
No,
you manage it,
no.
bro?
I'm sorry, but I mean, to be honest, I think that it was really good.
Okay.
I'm not even capping, and I'm not just being religious because that's kind of I think it's kind of depression that or the kind of stress that leads to some sort of fallout that many people would naturally not recover from.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think so. I think that what I went through. I think that it leaves a dent in most people.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So
It
yeah, so
messes with it messes with
yes,
your
it
head.
does. I mean, for me to have even done another in conjunction with Laolo and Odun, shout out to both of them. For me to have done like another project in collaboration with them, another event. So yeah, last year December. So it was literally just January, December. When I've done another one like that, it was even here in New Culture Studio. Shout out to New Cultures
Shout out to
again.
New Culture Studio. Shout out to Rufus
Yes,
Nwoko,
so
Mazi Nwoko.
yes, so as I
Thank you
was
so much
saying,
for the support.
if you have events, yes, perfect. If you have theater performances, if you have
You want to shoot New Culture Studio.
yeah. So yeah, for me to I think that God had brought me out of it. So how did I manage through the stress? I would say I can't pinpoint. I really can't pinpoint. I think that okay, so I think that as a person, it's just for me. I just need to process, and I think
Okay, you
that
just need to sit
yes, sit
down,
down and process it. Yes,
process it, see what's going
process
on.
it. So it's always why are you feeling this way?
Hmm.
So
That's
well,
like the first question.
yes. Once begin to feel maybe cranky, or I just feel like I'm not just I'm restless. I'm just once I feel it and get to a point, the first question is okay. So why are you feeling this
What's
way?
going on?
Yeah,
What's
what's
going
going
on in
on?
my head?
What's going on? And sometimes I'm unable to process. Many times I'm unable to process at the time of the event. So I usually tell people, especially my babe, that okay, don't worry, no, like don't worry, just once I
Just give me
process
some
it,
time.
yes, once I process it, I'll have the answers.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a lot of time to process indoors.
Okay.
So again, at first I couldn't process because of the emotions and everything, but eventually I knew that this is not me now. This is one
Ló ń
month I'm
ṣẹlẹ̀.
seeing my house. Yeah, what's this? So I began to ask, why am I feeling this way? Oh, it's because of this, or it's because of this, or it's because of this. Okay, so I think another thing that might have stressed me, afterwards is also I think the event. Even though people love the event, I've not gotten one bad review about the event. It's one of like the most. I don't know.
But the
Share you get.
perfectionist in you didn't like it.
Share you get.
I
So the
I know that
perfectionist,
feeling.
yeah, to me, I failed. Right.
Hmm.
Yes, because the creative idea I wanted to pass along to everybody,
You didn't get it.
I think we achieved maybe like 20% of that. But
Oh.
glory to God because the entire atmosphere we wanted was present all through. As in, people were literally people don't have pictures from that day because they weren't present their phones.
Hmm.
Okay, later you go to an event and you're snapping, pressing your phone. But when people just forgot their phone, people literally left their phone charging and nobody stole anything, nobody, people left their phone charging and people were just enjoying the night, enjoying the event and had a great time. So the atmosphere still
It worked.
yeah, it worked. But to me, I felt like nah,
Mm,
That's not what I
shake.
wanted. Yeah, that's not what I
I get
wanted.
that feeling.
So, so I began to process and say, oh, okay, so this is why you're feeling this way. This is where the stress is coming from. So eventually, I just started to talk myself, and get my way out of find my yeah. Okay, let's go out. Let's go and see this person. You've paid your debts now. We've done this one too now. So why are you still feeling this way? I like get up, pay
They
again.
try, they try.
Yeah. So it's almost as if performing therapy for yourself. You know, as yes, like so, like when you and your guy just gonna drink two bottles and pouring. But by the time you get back home at night, you're feeling lighter because you guys have
Yeah,
spoken
you've
about so
spoken
many
about
things.
so many
Yeah,
things, you've
true.
covered a lot of
Yeah,
things.
so you've expressed yourself, you've gotten some advice and ginger. You basically gotten the motivation to move
To
on,
move
even though
on.
they didn't solve your problem. But
Yeah,
it
but you
doesn't
know,
say yeah, all of us got that day. So yeah, it's nothing.
okay, so did you like talk to someone at that point? Like you didn't try to get help or
Nigerian man. yeah,
so
yeah.
that's the
Now you dey
problem.
keep us now.
Like the problem is that you don't put a
Nigerian
talk. Why?
man.
Okay, why? Let me ask you
Mm.
why. Like, why did you feel like okay, it wasn't you didn't have to talk to someone?
So so first of all, I think that the very first thing is that it is not. I don't think it is anybody in our generation and older. I don't think it's anybody's first option.
Yeah.
Nobody first when something's doing, nobody first think, I need help, I need to talk to somebody, I need to get help. No, but everybody just think, pack up your shit, bro. It's maybe the Gen Z now that are thinking, anxiety, and I nah, I'm not keeping that slap. So I think that naturally, like yeah,
It's not
it's
the
not
natural response.
not natural response for a man now. We weren't brought up that way.
Yeah,
When
true,
brought up. So
true.
it wasn't the first thing to say, okay, Alpha, my guy, as soon as they do me, or let me get up. It wasn't. So that's why it didn't come to my mind. I would say that's why it didn't come to my mind. And then of course there's also the is this stereotype or what's the word now?
Yeah, stereotype and
Yeah, of when they say if a man gets help, he looks weak. It
yes,
wasn't. I don't think it was my own challenge at any point. But I think that okay, I think that sharing the problem also was also kind of meant that I had to I had to address the problem, and I guess that at that point I wasn't ready to
okay,
share it. So eventually, when I found out that okay, why am I still like this? The problem is still there. Okay, now let's process it. Now I think I'm
ready to
ready
go.
to go to process it. So I think that's
So let's talk about the things that usually help you get out of it. You said you ask yourself why, you do some introspection, you talk to yourself. What other techniques do you use? Like, for let me give you an example. For myself, I find out that exercise helps me. When sorry, I recently did 14 kilometers
ah
in 1 hour 30 something minutes.
okay, sir.
No,
I used to be at the
that's the
drug like
thing,
this, girl.
bro. That's the thing. It helps me. Like
It's a
that's
vent time
therapy
out.
for
Yeah,
me.
event start.
I like the moment I sweat and I can see my sweat.
Mm,
I feel better.
yeah.
So those are some of the things that I do to know. Okay, okay, I think this
Probably
is
has some scientific. Maybe they say scientific gonna
yeah,
say endophones
yeah,
they have released some.
but science, yeah. But I found out that yeah, that works for me. So what are some of the things that you employ that helps you get out of it?
I don't tell you one before.
Yeah, I know that. I know
But
that.
let me see. What are the things that I would employ? I think that one of the things that I try to do is that I try to do things that I love. That things
Yeah.
that I used to like doing, or that work has now made me not have time for.
Okay. So
One
you
of it
look into
is
your passion.
you can do. So one of it is football.
Okay.
To yeah, and hang out with like old friends. And when I mean old friends, I mean friends that actually know me. Friends like from day one, like when secondary school just one together.
But
Those
aráyé
ones. Yeah,
torí
now I
everybody
say you
hustle.
get. But I know that once I get to those friends, because those are the actual people that every other person when I go, there's some iota of respect. One of
With my guys, àjọ wà, kò sí àjọ mọ́ra wa, àjọ wà 100.
they'll drive my papa. Then I'm literally saying like my actual father, not they'll drag my dad. So that once I'm in the middle of this kind of guys, it is also easier to vent. Yes, they'll make jest of the problem, I might say,
Yeah.
but you would vent. I would feel lighter. I would feel many times they will also give me the motivation to forge ahead or even some solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Shey you get? So once I'm in midst of people like that, it's easier to let go of some things. Then of course my babe, my wife. That one.
But I thought
I
you
want
said she
hug.
serve you breakfast.
No, no, so we are
Oh, that
back.
was
It was
you are
it's
back.
actually
Ah, my
so
God!
that
Oh
was why
my
it hurt because she's actually that special. Yeah, that was why it
God!
actually hurt that bad that I could not see parents. Because she's actually that special. So that one, if I just see that one, just even hug that one like this, okay.
You don't
That's
settle.
another that's another way out there. Yes, doing things that I love, like passion. So that's like 4 ways to get out of it. If I combine the 4 ways usually, yeah.
So, when would you say has been the most exciting time that you felt like I'm invincible, I'm floating, I'm fine,
Every time I'm
in
with God.
contrast to, you know,
It's every time I'm closer to God.
what would
I
you
mean,
define as closer to God?
every time I'm spiritually, every time that, yeah, every time I'm closer to, yeah, I take my faith seriously.
Okay.
Every time I take my faith seriously, I'm always flying. I still told somebody like a few days back that the time there was a time like in my life that for like 3 months I literally wasn't in touch with so many people, and I wasn't online, I wasn't out there, and I didn't for once feel alone or depressed or anything.
You were just floating, you
I
were
was
just
literally floating. There was provision in material in material things. I literally like you said, I'm literally just floating. So every time that I am closer to him, I feel a lot lighter in all ways.
okay. So, has there been a time where you had like you were stressed out career wise, like not personal stress now,
Yeah,
like
career wise,
career where we say
mm,
one work, I be one person for your line of work, just one
okay.
rain on your parade. How did you handle it?
Voila.
If you don't want to name
No, no,
names,
no,
it's
no. I'm not naming
understandable.
names. I'm not even. I'm just trying to figure out. So I can't really pinpoint one because I feel like every project comes with its own stress.
Okay.
So, but the ones that wanted to kill me,
I want to make
ah,
them, yeah.
I like them. Like I don't think I've really had because if I say I want to make them, I
I'll be shell of
I
money.
I move. I will move. But stressful period of work. I think that one of the most stressful period that I've had was maybe the last project before now that I had was a series. Big Kala, you should watch that series. Crazy, crazy Big Kala, crazy.
Who produced it?
I forgot his name. Godwin or what's it called? It's not. Yeah, I think Godwin. But directed by Father Man. Father Man directed it.
Okay.
Crazy. It's a very, very prison. Anyway, watch it. But the reason why I think that it was one of the most stressful periods that I'd gone through is because my career is because before that time, and it wasn't really it. Before that time, I'd gone from set to set to set to set to set.
Yeah,
So by
back
the
to
time,
back sets.
yes, even on that big color, I went to two different sets. I like two days
Two
off.
other
Yeah,
jobs.
because now I've taken that one for big color came. So I told them ahead that okay, if you want me to be on your project, so days, these 3 days,
I will be
I won't be
available.
available. So they said, it's fine, don't worry, come on. So by the time I was on big color, I was burnt out. I was burnt out. I was stressed out of my brains, and still on that project, I had edit deadlines.
Yeah, you
So
have to
yes,
meet.
yes,
So wherever the shoot survive, you bust in the
big
system.
color will finish. We probably before we start shooting around UI when we're still out of UI, we'd finish. Sometimes we get to the hotel like maybe 2 a.m. That 2 a.m. I would edit for another 2 hours to like 4 a.m. Sleep for like 2 3 hours. Wake up, edit for another 1 hour before you now move. And I was a DP on that set. So you go there again, there's a lot of creative mental. And I'd been coming from so many sets. So on that set, like I was like a vegetable. I'm not going to lie. If not that father was on that set, and father is the DP Agba, is a senior colleague. So
Yeah.
it was doing some of the DP work that I was just like, yes, 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 yes. Like I don't
Let's
want to
just
think about how to
go.
light it. Yes, yeah. What do you say? What do
Let's
you
just
say?
go.
Yeah, yeah. So it really helped a lot. But I think that I was stressed as
Cool, cool. So what would you say, what would you like to see change
I like to change.
in your way, in the ways that you handle stress? We know now that we're
Mm,
not brought up to ask for help.
yeah,
Like figure that shit out on your own. Like
you're
carry your
right, bro.
cross. Sure you get. But if, you know the funny thing, even Jesus had help when he was carrying his cross.
Yes, it is.
He had
Yes,
he
it is.
had help. Somebody helped him at
Yes,
some point. So Jesus, the Jesus, if person, if himself,
Who
why,
are we not
who
to
are
seek for
we
help?
not to ask for help? So what would you like to see change?
Well, I
In
see.
this,
Is it in the way I handle it or in
yeah, in the way you handle stress, in the
the
way
way
you
I handle
like.
stress? I think that I would like to be a lot more. What I would like to see is a lot more growth and changes in the way I handle it, in the sense that I would like to be more patient.
Okay.
I like to be more patient because especially when I'm stressed and I haven't processed, and then more pressure comes. I think
Mm.
I tend
It
to
becomes very overwhelming.
guess, yeah, it gets very overwhelming. So I might, lash out is not even the word, because I don't think I shout at anybody at any point, but I might begin to behave irrationally in some
Mm.
decisions that people would not say,
It's so
you
around
wouldn't do,
to share,
yeah.
yeah.
But I'm at that point, I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, fuck all of you.
Fuck into it.
I'm not gonna be the good guy this time. Fuck you people, bro. So you get, so I think that when the stress goes, because I feel like the to whom much is given,
Much is expected.
so every time, and if you want more to be given to you, it means that you have to expand your capacity
Mm-hmm.
or the pressure that comes with it. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that I would like to be a little more patient in the way I handle things when I'm stressed. I think that because I know that every stress that has come, once I
You
process it, I've gone there.
passed
You,
it.
yes, I will pass it. None of them has left any scar, anything. So why, in the face of it, am I?
No, it leaves scars. It heals over
Yes, it
time,
heals over time.
but I think what it is that you have not experienced a scar that is indelible,
Yeah, exactly,
but it
exactly.
always leaves scars.
So that was. So I'm still on my feet. I'm still going. None of it
Yeah,
here.
still on
So
your toes.
so I'm like, you know what? Why am I? So yes, there are a couple of decisions that I've made when I was really stressed and under pressure that I don't necessarily regret, but I feel like I could have
You could have
handled
done
it
better.
better.
Yeah,
So yeah.
standard, standard,
So
standard.
yes, if that one gets into it, yeah, that's about it. Because once I'm patient with myself and with everybody around it, and this too shall pass. So I
Yeah,
know
these
that,
two
yeah,
shall pass.
just make I just
Make
chill,
I
make I
just
hold on,
chill.
make I just that's it, yeah. So I think if I'm able to handle that one better, I'm fine.
Okay.
I think you should
Okay,
too.
wait. So let me ask you: the breakfast. What caused it? How did you get that together? Because I recorded one with Jide, one of my colleagues from school. I recorded one with him recently, and we're talking about moving on after breakups. And one of the things that we said was, once you break up, you don't break up without the go.
No, that's not true.
Okay,
I
so
don't
what
believe it.
what happened?
What happened for our own breakup?
Yeah.
So it's a funny story, yeah, and it's a funny story, but from my own side of things. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, because from my own side of things, is our perspective is a little bit different, and but it's very valid. It's
Mm-hmm.
very very valid. But this was how I saw things that led to it. Sadly, we get together for some months, and I've been saying, okay, do you know what? Alpha, let's make this an official. Like, let's be my girlfriend, like official and everything. But she kept looking at me and saying, "Oh, still ready." Oh, still ready. So when we ask her, she keeps saying she has what she saw, which I don't think she was wrong or anything. But
What did she saw?
she said that, okay, my eyes there, and all through the period that I was with her, I was 100%. That's why even she would not agree with that. But let's say so I felt like, so for me it now felt it now, because I asked her multiple times, now it now became a matter of, I think you are the one that's not ready. Because if you
Okay.
keep telling me I'm not ready, and yeah, I'm not me, I don't think I've not dated 5 people in my life, up to 5 people. So if I'm
Ah,
answering
you
you
not
out,
try.
I'm not dated up to 5 people.
Wow.
Officially, no, I know.
How old are you?
So,
Up to five
yeah,
people.
I'm not dated up to 5 in
Ah,
my life.
guy.
So I
Some
take
people
it
don't go
seriously.
far.
No, I take it seriously before I ask you out.
Okay.
Sure, you get. So for me to ask you out multiple times, it's like the third time I'm asking you, you're saying I am not ready. I know if I'm asking, I'm ready. So I said I felt like she was one that wasn't ready. So I stepped out. Sure, you get. And then when she would call and say, "Oh, how far?" Because she just felt something off in the whole,
Yeah,
relationship.
the
I said
energy
the energy. I
changes.
said, how far did you? Were you with somebody else? Have you been with somebody else? And I said, yeah, recently I was. Because I would not lie. Yeah, I said, I was, so you hurt her deeply. You hurt me deeply, and then we broke up. Yes, now, because yeah, it did hurt me deeply, so, and we broke up.
Yeah, but you're not
So
dating officially
we're not
now.
dating. Yeah, we're not like dating officially, but it was still.
It
It was
was in the
still almost,
works.
yeah, it was still almost that kind of thing that when they are both of them together, they're together. See that kind of thing that, oh no, both of them, all our friends knew us together, everybody. So it was just, but I was just like, Alpha, let's like,
Let's normalize it. Make we
let's know that this is what we are doing, and just felt that way, just felt that way. She gets so eventually now went off. So at that point, I was not the point, it was not close to my event, it was not, bruh, it was crazy period.
so what would you have done differently?
What would I have done differently? What would I have done differently? What would I have done differently? Maybe maybe I would have asked her to define the relationship before I stepped out. So I'd have said, okay, what is it? If you say I'm not ready, sorry, you say I'm not ready, then what are you ready for? Like what is why
What
are
do
you
you
here?
want?
Yes, what is this? She gets so that I'll know what this is. If she ends up saying, okay, is I'm preparing myself, gathering myself, but this is to the end goal. This is okay. I would have waited. I would have said, okay, I'll be patient. Because me, I keep telling people that I can be a very patient time when I know the time. That's another issue I have with which I learned. I'm trying to start with God. If you tell me, Swara, it's in 20 years old by this social date that you'll be rich.
I need suru for you, sure.
But if you don't tell me, just say I want you to be rich.
Eh,
Eventually,
which one
say
day?
again, I just get anxious.
Which one
After like
day?
1 month, I'm like, Alpha, could you do this? You never call me. Say again. So if she had told me, but when she just kept saying, no, I know you're, I'm like, this is the second time. This is the third time. Oh, is it ready? I couldn't even come to ready.
So how'd you get back together?
How did you go? Funny story. So before we broke up, we were supposed to be on a movie project together with Lotana. Shout out to Lotana. Very, very. Yeah, I mean, he had a very instrumental, part to play in my growth in film industry. So yeah, shout out to him. So we had the film with him, and so they moved it. They moved it. She gets so when they would now move it to was now after our breakup. So she had to be on the set. She because she blocks me, blocked all my guys. All of you, I don't want to be reminded of this pain. So when that time would now come, she didn't want to come. I want to say, Kimboja, ignore him, boy.
Oh,
Okay,
boy,
just go.
people.
Yeah, yeah. So even she thought she was not going to talk to me. Even because I know her. So even me, I was prepared for this person would most likely ignore me. But lo and behold, she would just when we just see, there was just that glint in my eyes that I miss you. Oh, yeah, I still alive. Yeah. I was like, so immediately I already knew that I get
What to
back
say
together.
to? What to say to?
And also when I saw that her eyes light up like this, then she was just like, okay, so she had some a few errands to run. I said, yeah, let's go. So she made some jokes and almost even blotted out, oh, I don't miss you, kind of thing. And I said, okay, okay. Immediately
You
I
say what? You say what?
was I didn't push things though. I just played cool guy. But yeah, I bet you it was that sense was not over before we got back together. It was
Ah,
not,
okay.
it wasn't over. It literally was that
So you
was
guys are good now.
yeah, since then we've been good.
All right,
That's
all
it.
right, all right. Okay, so I want to say a very big thank you to Suara. Suara, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming out. I really do appreciate.
So
It's been a while we saw it,
it's
though.
been a while. It's been a
Yeah.
while. I was even with my babe, I was looking at that was why I asked you about it earlier. We're looking at all the this I had archived all those posts. I was showing out my archive. I was going through all those posts that if I was saying, if I if I say I should do the way you're doing to me.
Yeah.
Wow, I was like, we're
Yeah,
going
I
through all
remember
this,
that monologue.
yeah, I love those monologues she did
Well, I
successfully.
don't see. I really don't. I don't know, man. I feel like those
Those
monologues
monologues,
are not as what I wanted.
no, those monologues were not what we all wanted, but we were sure during Corona period now or
Yeah,
something. Yeah,
during
we tried our
during.
best to. I still look at the way it was even lit and the composition is pretty
No,
good.
no,
It's
it's not
okay.
the quality of the picture. I'm
But
talking about what I
performance
had
wise,
in
what are
mind.
so
So yeah, is
don't
that
worry, I can relate. I
perfectionist?
can relate. Don't worry, I
All
can
right, thank you very
relate.
much, gentlemen. Thank you so much for sticking with us through to the end. Shout out to New Culture Studio one more time. Shout out to Suara. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate. And my name, as usual, forever till I die, is Onola Fatoba. I am my brother's keeper. I'm your brother from a very distant mother, some mother you don't know. And
So
I just
mother in knows.
a mother I know, but you don't know. And I just wanted to say that no matter what you're going through, the stress, the pressure, the you know anything that you think you're going through or you're experiencing, bro, you are not alone. I always say this. Let that sink in. Let always remember. Always remember that no matter what you're going through, no matter the experience, you are not alone. And don't forget, it is peace, prosperity, and progress.
PPP power.
PPP. Yeah, those are the mantras that I live by. And don't forget to subscribe, share this video, share the love, give it a thumbs up so the algorithm can pick it up. Please leave a comment. Shout out to you, my subscribers, 756 subscribers.
Yeah.
756 subscribers.
And
Thank you.
counting.
And counting. Yeah, thank you very much. I really do appreciate you. And see you on the next one.